Our chickens are going through their first molt since reaching maturity, so I thought that'd be a good opportunity to share a few facts about molting that I have learned in doing a lot of research, because there isn't a lot of concise information on it and what to expect. So if your chickens are beginning to molt for the first time, or if they've done it before and you want some more information, this video is for you. Most simply, a molt is when a chicken loses all their feathers and regrows new ones. The new ones will come in looking like a pin. They're called pin feathers, so they'll have a little casing around them that will shed naturally. The pin feathers are easily irritated and can become bloody, so you might see some blood. Molt will happen once a year for all chickens, and they'll pretty much trigger each other into the molt. It can be triggered by stress and a lot of other things, but it will happen once a year, pretty much regardless, usually sometime nearing the end of fall. During a molt, your chicken egg production will, guys, I'm talking. Egg production will greatly reduce, almost coming to a complete halt. For example, we have about 40 mature laying hens, and we get about 2 to 3 eggs a day during the molt, whereas before the molt, we were getting about 2 dozen eggs a day. So that part's a bummer. Some egg farmers choose to, quote, push their birds through the molt, unquote. Hang on. Pushing through the molt essentially means you give them more protein and artificial light to trick them into thinking it's still summertime. We chose not to do this because there is some evidence that that will shorten the bird's life expectancy, even though they only have a few years of good production anyway. We have a small enough group of hens right now that we did not try that this year. Maybe in the future, if eggs become a big source of income for us, we will try pushing them through the molt. But yeah, that just means increasing their protein so they could put more energy toward regrowing those feathers faster and producing eggs. Depending on the breed, a molt can last any amount of time between 4 and 12 weeks. One thing I wish I would have done differently this season is mark when I noticed the egg production start dropping off, or when I started noticing more feathers in the coop, so that I had a more accurate expectation of when egg production would resume. I have a general idea that we're about 2/3 of the way through, but I really wish I would have taken down an exact date because it feels like forever. Something we opted to do once we noticed the molt was taking place was compound all the stressors into one period of time. So we actually merged 2 groups of birds, and we chose to kind of expedite that process around the time that they had stopped producing eggs anyway, so that we didn't run the risk of stress causing another drop off in egg production. So we kind of just maxed them out on stress in a reasonable way. We still did it slowly and responsibly, but we chose the timing of our merge based around the molt because the molt had been triggered anyway. Despite having over 44 layers, we actually had to buy eggs around Thanksgiving time for the first time in over a year since our chickens have started laying. So molts can be kind of a bummer if you're going through it now. I'm sorry, but I promise it will pass. We will keep you updated on when our girls start laying again, and hopefully it will be a bounty. Have a great day, y'all.